I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, me too, man. I haven't seen you.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Oh, I'm always here.
Always?
Usually always here. Yeah. Asking questions. I'm full of questions. You know, you can't learn. The only way you learn is by asking questions. I've had that one time already. Yeah. The other one, I just noticed it says here that all the prophets. Yeah, it says all. Yeah. Was that true? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, I said all prophets perform miracles. I was just wondering which one was Muhammad's. Which miracle?
You already know.
Huh?
You already know that.
How am I supposed to know?
Don't be smart about things, bro.
You're the Muslims. I want to know the
I think you already know.
Which one? I don't know. I don't think there's any miracle.
I can give you something to go learn. You can learn. So I'm not going to have a conversation with you about this. I already know what you're up to. Right? So
okay, I believe he doesn't have any miracle.
That's good for you.
I believe he doesn't.
You don't believe Jesus is God. He's a human being.
I believe Jesus is a human being.
Yeah, human being.
Yeah, I believe he's a human being.
Went to the washroom. And you're taking him as your God.
That's why he died. He was human.
Good for you. Okay, so you should consider that.
I agree with you. Jesus was a human being.
Yeah.
He became
upon him.
Yeah, he became a human being. No
God
Christian.
doesn't become human beings.
No one is doubting.
God doesn't need to become a human being.
Why does he say that Allah has hands and he has feet and he has?
Does that make him a human being?
Well, why? No, the hadith say that Allah. The only difference with Allah and the Dajjal is that Allah has two eyes. Dajjal has one bad eye.
Good for you. Nice.
Isn't that a human
You can continue your study on Islam and choose to believe what you still want to believe and be misguided. That's up to you. But
no, you said that Allah is not a human being.
I don't need to continue this with you. I'm just letting you know if you need something, we can help you out. You can go back on your way there.
I need something.
What do you need?
I need to know why the difference between Allah and Dajjal is the eyes.
You already know. You know these is.
You're the Muslim.
So?
I'm not the Muslim. I'm a Christian.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's very sad to hear, but.
Well, guide me.
It's okay.
Well, guide me.
You're not here for guided, bro. I can
Why
tell.
not?
I can look at you and tell you.
If you tell me things that are true, I'll believe
I
it.
think I have enough.
Okay.
There's pizza. You want some pizza? You can have some pizza. Or you can.
Oh, is it halal?
Yes.
No, I don't eat halal pizza. No, I don't eat halal pizza. Oh no, I'm okay. Thank you.
Next time I bring vegetable.
I'm okay. Okay, yeah. I came by. You said you're gonna do your research and so about the. It says last week.
Take notes.
Yeah, last week you said that there is no that in Islam someone else doesn't pay for another person's sin. And I gave you the hadith where it says that Allah will put the sins of a Muslim on a Christian and Jew, and then that Muslim will go to paradise and the Jews will go to hell. So, and you said you're going to look into that more. I showed it to you. You ready? You said you would look deeper into it before you give me an answer. So, I'm here for the answer.
Yeah, to be honest, I did not really look it up. We'll do now.
Well, I think what he's talking about is Muslims inheriting the paradise of Christians and Jews.
No, he says like there is a hadith, not inheriting.
Well, not there is a hadith. I showed it to you.
Yeah,
you saw it.
Can you remind me of the hadith?
The hadith is about. If you want, I can show you the number. It's in Sahih.
Probably just misunderstood, brother. I mean, it's.
I said I'm gonna. Did he misunderstand too?
No, I don't know what happened last week.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't
Like, we still did not
misunderstand it.
confirm if it's a hadith or not.
Right.
It is,
And we did not.
it's Sahih Muslim.
Yeah, of course. if it's
Sahih
a
Muslim is not an,
we
it's
take
not
it.
a hadith.
Most no, it should be a hadith.
Okay, so now we
there is
know.
a fact that I know without researching that it's true that Prophet ﷺ, he said that we Muslims are going to take over the portion of paradise which were supposed to be for Christians and Jews if they continue to believe in the next messages. But
In
because
who?
Like in like Jews to believe
No,
in
he
Jesus,
says, like-
and then Christians to believe in Muhammad alayhi salam.
Why did the Quran 2 verse 62 say Christians will go to heaven? Christian
What
and
do you
Jew.
We
Christians
talked about
and
this
Jew.
last time.
We talked about it
Does not
last
apply
time,
to you, so
and
stop
it
talking
does
about
apply to me.
I
I
asked you a
showed
simple question. Do you
I
believe
showed
in
it.
Allah?
I showed it to you.
You said no.
No, I said according to Quran I do. I answered you that. I said
Like
according
even Christians don't call
for
you
me
Christian.
I said to you for me I don't believe. But
Anyway,
again I don't
let's
care
not
about what I
sidetrack.
think. I care about what Allah
Focus-
think, right?
focus
Whatever
on one.
Allah think I am is what I am, right?
Focus on one topic. We can.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
10
looking.
topics at a
I'm
time.
giving you the hadith.
Yeah. So yeah, please.
I'm just answering his question.
Yeah. Give me the hadith.
You didn't find. You can't find it. I'll help you find it in your phone. On your phone.
Tell me, like you.
Do you know the number? Do you have it?
On your phone.
Yeah, I
If
can
you have
find
the
it
number,
very
you can
easily on your phone. I don't want to. I have other hadith. I don't want to change it. So because I don't want to lose that hadith. Oh, you in English, please. There you go.
So it does not explain it. So where's the?
It explains it. It tells you what it is. It says there, simple.
It's two parts. So one
One
says
part, like your ransom. What
Yeah,
is your
it's
ransom?
your ransom.
Yeah, Allah will say to on the judgment day, the day of resurrection, right?
I would have to
Allah-
look into what it means, to be honest.
You still haven't looked into it? Well, I have
told
other
you before
hadith
you
that's
came, before
I
you
saw other
started.
hadith that say the same thing.
Let me try to find.
There's
the
other hadith that
explanation.
says that explains it even more. You know, that's Allah will take your sin and will put it on the Christians and Jews. So-
okay, so here,
Okay.
Islam Web, Islam QA, Durar.net. Like we should like find more
So one is not enough for
authentic
you.
sources, but anyways,
It says
here.
Muslim, Sahih Muslim on the hadith. So it's not authentic now. Sahih Muslim is not.
No, I'm not
authentic?
saying it's not authentic. I'm talking about Islam Web, not Sahih
Okay.
Muslim. So Sahih Muslim is authentic. And we take it. Even though we don't believe that every single hadith is correct.
But he say if it's Sahih Muslim,
Sahih, yeah, yeah.
it's accepted. It's Sahih means accepted or true.
authentic, yeah.
Yeah, authentic. Yeah.
But I'm talking about the whole book in general. So I'm gonna say
So
yeah.
if
for
a book takes,
simplicity-
if a false book takes
so
Sahih,
if there is
that
1,000 hadith in the
Yeah.
Sahih, does not mean all 1,000 are true. It may mean like 990 is true, maybe 10.
doesn't that bother you that people will make up lies about their own prophet? Does that make sense really?
For
If
me,
if
it's
you-
about effort.
If you love your prophet and you like Muhammad, like the way
you-
Muslims do
You
love
can
their
change
prophet.
people. So you can try, but you cannot really change people. But anyways, here. So Imam Nawawi, one of the scholars, said this. I'm going to translate. So yeah. So anyways, this is from Islam Web.
Well,
I
you
think
you
this is,
can Google translate
credible.
it.
Yeah, why not?
That way I know you're not doing takia on me. Well, I don't blame me. I don't.
You're
I don't.
misinformed. Just
I don't.
learn, like educate yourself about taqiyya. You know nothing about taqiyya. It's not translating.
I know. I mean, you said you.
I'm trying. Like here.
You said you guard yourself from them. You speak as if on the
So here,
side
one
of
of
your
the
mouth.
scholars said. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, brother.
Hi.
So the Imam Nawawi, as I said, like one of the scholars. Do you know Nawawi?
I don't know.
One of the
I just
scholars-
care about the hadith.
One of the great scholars. He died like he was young when he died. But anyways, said this hadith. I can send you maybe this, but it's not translating. So, translate English, Arabic, English. Pages in Arabic will be okay.
Maybe your system is blocking Google Translate.
I can send you the link if you give me your number. I can send you the link.
We have the hadith.
can translate
We have the
it.
hadith, and it's translated into English.
Yeah, but
we
the
have a
hadith is very
hadith that is
short. You have to understand.
But there's other hadith that are in the same chain.
Exactly. So,
But
he says, like, literally, this hadith means what came in Abu Huraira. You know Abu Huraira.
I know I've heard about Abu Huraira, yeah.
In another hadith about from Abu Huraira,
Yeah.
that every single person has a place. Manzilan. Manzil could mean a house or a place to reside. A residence, yeah. A residence in heaven and a residence in hell. Every single person. Yourself included, myself included.
I don't have a residence in hell. That's what Muhammad said. I don't believe
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about Islam, right?
Christians, we
don't care
believe
about
that.
what you
Yeah.
think. So, a believer, if he enters heaven, I'm just quoting. Then a disbeliever would take his place in hell.
Which is, who's disbeliever? Christians and Jews, right?
Yeah.
So my hadith was right. There's nothing wrong with that hadith. It shows that it proved that it was. It shows that
I'm not saying the hadith
it confirmed
is
the hadith that
so it explains it.
So then it means that in Islam someone else can take another person's place that is
Not their sins, their
Yes.
place.
Yeah, their place.
Here's the explanation.
Their sin is as big as a mountain. Their sin is as big as a mountain.
That's when I told you that there are two parts. The first part,
Allah will say, "This is your ransom."
No.
What is ransom? What is the ransom? What is the ransom?
I'm going to read the English translation.
Yeah.
On the day of resurrection, Allah will deliver to every Muslim, a Jew or Christian, and say, "This is your ransom
Exactly.
from hellfire."
From hellfire. See,
There would be people amongst the Muslims of the day of resurrection with sins as heavy as mountains, and Allah would forgive them.
yes,
Does not have to-
because a Jew has and Christian has taken their place.
You added that part.
Well, there
It
is.
does not say that.
No, brother. What
Why? But we
You have
read
to
the
differentiate
but
between
we
what
read
you
the first
say
part is
and what
what
the Prophet
it's the
said.
same chain of topic.
No,
it's the same chain of topic. It's in the
another
same
narration
paragraph.
it says.
Another narration. Well, but we know that narration is from this. Is that same thing? So
No,
it
we
would
don't know
Allah
that.
say to a
No,
Christian,
no,
a
we don't know
Muslim?
that.
Would Allah say to a Muslim and a Christian,
Yeah, so-
"This is your ransom"? And what is ransom?
So as again, like
Brother, let me.
What is a ransom?
in Arabic, it's like the ransom is not the most accurate translation. هذا فكاكك.
What is it? What is the most accurate translation? Not payment, nothing,
No, not playing, but because هذا
See, buddy,
فكاكك.
not payment.
Ahmad, let me
No, not
explain.
payment.
Not
Buddy,
payment.
Buddy, listen to me. You didn't answer. Okay. God created hellfire, and He decided that it's gonna be full of people. This
Women,
is a decision.
women.
People.
It's gonna be filled with
No,
women.
I'm telling you, the fact
no,
is,
make a, like,
God
if you
made a
lie about
Majority,
Islam,
no, majorities are women.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't
there's a
matter.
hadith.
So that's a yeah. That's a yeah. Majority are women.
Majority is women. It's okay. Yeah, it's correct. The majority is women. But
Why are you saying that I'm lying? Why are you saying I'm making things up about
You
Islam?
said like it's full of people.
It's full of women.
No, people. It says people. Majority is women. Is
Don't
something
bring
else.
your own concern,
No,
like,
but it says in other hadith that it.
perspective to Islam. Whatever you think.
No, it's not what I think. I'm getting it
It's
from
not
your.
important.
What you think is not important. What Muhammad thinks is
No,
the
what do
most
you think?
important thing.
So let me explain.
Okay.
So there is a hadith that says, I've looked into the heaven, most of its residents are from the poor people, and I've looked into hell, most of its residents are from women. It does not mean that it's full of women.
Most, a majority. Most are majority.
51% is most.
Majority.
Just clarify
No,
this. The
sorry,
first question.
51% is not majority or not?
It's majority.
It does not mean it's full of women.
It's majority.
So be like
50% is full of women.
Be
Buddy,
precise.
I want to answer your question really because you asked about this what you call ransom. It's not ransom as you said. It's it's different.
Yeah,
What
I
is-
can-
what
I
is-
can
When God
translate it.
has a hellfire and He decided it will be full of people,
Uh-huh.
then we are subject to be in hellfire because it has to be full of people. It can be us, and it can be someone else.
Why would
when
Allah
it
have
is
to
some-
make you go
he
to hellfire
decides.
first?
He decides.
Why does he have to make Muslims go to
Why does
hellfire
your Lord
first
take
and
you
then
to
take
hell?
them out of there?
Hold on.
Why does
Then
your Lord
it is
take it?
no. It comes to our decision now. We decide which path to follow. We have intellect. We are going to be asked, how did you use your intellect?
That's not true.
Did you decide? It is true.
But
Did
that's
you
not true.
decide to follow the
No,
right
no,
path?
no.
Or you think I'm so
No, that's
stubborn
not true.
to
No,
listen to
no.
not
others?
true?
Not true.
Explain
Because
it.
Muhammad said Allah, when you're in the womb, Allah already written that for you where you're gonna
That's
go.
not correct.
No, it is correct. But
Hold on.
He listened to him. I've shown him that
what you're
before in
saying
the
is
I will
hadith.
tell him
correct.
what he means.
What you're saying is not correct.
What, Ahmed, please.
What I'm saying is not correct.
Listen, brother.
yeah.
He's saying,
Let him finish. Let him finish.
but he's lying though.
Let him finish. Let him finish the
He's
lie.
saying it's about your own choice, your own decision.
Hold on. I have a boy, he's 2 years old.
Yes.
When I give him a toy, I
Yes.
can't expect he's gonna break it or he's gonna preserve it.
Yeah. Okay.
And if when I give him food, I know he's gonna like it or no. So God created you. It's not only you're his boy. You created you. You were nothing. He created you from a sperm. So he does know, of course, what you're going to choose.
That became a congealed blood.
Whatever, but he does know what you are going to choose in your future because he knows you. Similar to me, knowing my little boy, I know what his choice is going to be. That's why I know what he's going to do. It doesn't mean I know the future.
No, no,
It doesn't mean I decide.
no. That's haram. That's haram. You bring in logic into the. That's not what Muhammad said.
No, who
That's
said logic
that's
is
Muhammad.
haram?
That's not what Muhammad said.
is
It's
logic.
haram. I'll show you the hadith. I'll say it to. I'll show you to hadith.
Stop,
When you were in the 40 days. When it became from congealed blood, another 40 days. Congealed blood is a dead blood, by the way.
I'm sorry.
And then it means, and then another 40 days, 120 days, according to Muhammad, a baby is created in 120 days, which is scientifically incorrect.
It is correct scientifically.
and then it goes on to say
it is correct scientifically.
whatever.
It is.
That's what you believe, but I believe it's not.
because, like,
He doesn't understand the translation. Really.
But then, I have the English. But then, once the baby is in the womb, he has not done anything wrong or right.
Then what happens?
Allah will send an angel.
There's four things. What they are.
Allah will send an angel who will write
force
whether
him,
he
what are
will
they?
be a
wait for
kuffar
it.
or whether he will
contradicts
be
himself.
a good person.
Yeah.
No.
And
it says.
And whether he will be
As I told you,
I will
wait
tell
for
you
it.
the translation
So
because
tell
you speak
me.
Arabic, man. I mean,
you speak Arabic, I speak, you speak Arabic, and I follow the one people that I trust that translate.
I'm sorry, it means happy or miserable. Period.
Yeah,
Doesn't have any other
happy
meaning.
or
A
miserable.
Muslim can be happy or miserable.
No,
also.
but it's
It
not
doesn't
that.
matter.
But it's not the only thing he wrote. It's not
And
the
his
only thing he
age
wrote.
And his risk, meaning provision.
Yes.
And his deeds. So
Yes.
these are four things.
Whether good or bad, and he will write whichever one deed that the person will perform.
No, I mean.
Yes,
Can you stop for a
yes,
second?
yes, my friend. I have the hadith here.
So if I tell you that you're not gonna leave this discussion a Muslim,
What?
you're not gonna leave this discussion a Muslim.
I'm
You're
not gonna leave this
I
discussion.
swear by God that
Yeah.
you will not leave this discussion as a Muslim,
Well,
and I can
well-
write it down on paper.
It's
I
like
can write it down on paper.
it's like what Muhammad said to.
No, stop. Do not change the topic.
It's
Do
the
not
same
change the
topic. It's the
See,
same
now you're
topic.
cornered. So
It's the same topic.
no, it is the same topic.
Yeah, it's like what you're saying. You're saying like what Muhammad
I know
said.
that you're not gonna leave this discussion even educated. You're not gonna
brain, yeah,
learn
we can
a
touch it.
thing
Yeah,
in this discussion.
yeah,
you're gonna
But
leave
that's
this
different.
discussion the way you
But that's
came here.
different.
Zero information.
But that is different.
I can avoid it.
I'm a grown man. I've spoken to you before. I'm not a baby in the womb that has never talked
God even
before.
knows better. So when
Okay.
God writes something because He knows, does not mean that He forced you to be this.
Yeah, I just know.
But He knows how stubborn Michael
It has
is.
written down
He
for you.
knows
No.
how ignorant Michael is.
No.
How blind Michael is.
No.
That's why he knows.
You're putting
I know,
your
I know,
own
I know
you're
you.
putting your own reason into it now. That's you
Can we
being
move a little bit? Like,
what you're practicing. What you're practicing now is called using your logic to translate
Which is not-
to try to.
So in the
That's
Quran-
haram in Islam.
No.
That's haram.
It's not
You're
haram
using
in
your
Islam.
logic. It's
Don't
haram.
teach
It's
me
very
about
haram.
my religion
ولو
because
كنا
I
نسمع أو نأكل ما كنا من أصحاب
Yeah.
السعير, meaning if we were listening or
Reasoning.
using our
Reasoning.
brains to
Let me read it. Let me read it
we
for
were
you. The
going to be
hadith.
in the hellfire.
Let me
About
read
the
it.
topic or
Let me
different
read it to you, hadith. It's
About the
Sahih.
topic or
It's
different
Sahih
topic?
Bukhari. In case you're wondering what it is.
Yeah.
It says that. It says that Allah, okay, in 40 days, an angel will be sent to him, and the angel is allowed to write
Yeah.
4 things. Okay, his livelihood,
Yeah.
his date of death,
Yes.
his deeds,
Yes.
whether he will be a wretched man or a blessed one, which means whether he will be a wretched means he will go to hellfire,
Okay.
and a happy man means he will go to paradise.
He knows about
Okay, so
Yeah.
so it continues.
Yeah.
It continues. So so one of you may do the deed, the characteristics of the people of paradise, so that there is nothing except a cubit between him and
This has
paradise.
to do with the heart, brother.
And then what Allah has written for him will decide. Does he say his
Do you need to
decision?
understand?
Does he say is his decision, or whatever Allah has written for him will
What you
decide?
don't understand is it means doing good deeds of people of paradise in front of people, showing off.
Can a
but
child,
inside
can a
his
baby,
heart-
can a baby go to hellfire?
Inside his no. Inside
Can a
his
baby
heart-
go to hellfire?
Inside
See,
his heart,
do
he's
not
hiding
sidetrack.
it.
No, I'm not sidetracking. Can a baby go to hellfire?
Question. Listen to the answer.
Can a baby go to
Do you
hellfire?
want to understand this? or
I
you
am
want to
follow.
argue?
It's the same topic. Can a baby go to hellfire?
He's not
I'm
going to
not
be a
talking
baby
about
when he
this.
dies. We're
I'm
not talking
different.
about babies. This is not
No,
talking about babies.
I'm trying to. Yes, yeah, it is
Are
in the
you
womb.
calling God ignorant?
No.
Are you calling God ignorant?
This is about baby. It's in the womb.
Are you
You
calling
are,
God
you're not trying
ignorant?
to understand, brother.
Sorry. Are you calling God
I've
ignorant?
heard it all.
Does your God
This
not
is a
know what
baby.
you're going to do?
This is a baby.
Okay, can you
Well, this is a baby. We're talking about a
Does
baby
your
still.
God not know
It's how
how
a
you're
baby
gonna
is
die?
created. We're talking about babies.
See, you
telling
cannot
you,
answer.
it
That's
is
why.
about when he's adult, he's
Yeah.
gonna do good things in
Yeah.
front of people to show off.
Yeah.
But in his heart, he's just hypocrite, or he's thinking some. He's
Well, you're
interested in
making
something
you're not making
No,
up
this is
things.
the
That's not what it
explanation that
says.
you don't know, because
That's
you
not
know
what it
the
says.
religion. You
You're
only know this
trying to
technique.
explain. You're trying to explain, but that's not
No,
true.
this is the explanation, literally. Yeah.
Can a baby go to hellfire?
What baby? Is this about
That's
babies?
Well,
not
this is
about
about because I'm trying to have you see whether you're honest or
Please
not.
stop for a second. Like, just give me 5
I'm
seconds.
trying to find out whether you're honest or not.
No.
I'm honest, of course.
Are you
Can a
honest?
baby go to hellfire?
Yeah, you're not honest, actually.
Can a baby go to hellfire?
No, of course not.
Can a baby go to hellfire?
No, of course not.
Can a baby go to hellfire?
No, of course not.
Huh?
No, there isn't anything like that.
Baby don't go to hellfire.
Because
Baby does not go to hellfire.
Before puberty, we are not judged. Before puberty, we are not judged. Before puberty, we are not judged.
Okay.
Anyone dying
Okay. No
before
problem. No problem.
puberty,
No problem.
He
Thank
goes-
you.
Sorry,
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad we come to that point.
Does your God not
I'm
know what
glad.
you're
No,
doing?
don't sidetrack, please. Don't
Does your
sidetrack.
God? No, this is knowledge
Don't
of
sidetrack.
God.
Don't sidetrack.
So,
No,
does
I'm dealing with the questions right now.
Exactly. God knows how you're gonna die. His knowledge is not forcing you.
But it's
that
not
you-
what's going on here.
It's exactly what's
It's
going
not
on.
what's going on here.
آية
It's
says,
exactly.
وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. يعني ignore him really. He's not
For
trying to
him, he's
question
jahilun.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I mean, apparently,
I know.
he's trying to argue for the sake of argument.
Well,
He's
because
trying
is
to
it because I'm gonna prove
So,
you a liar?
Now,
No.
now.
Okay, let me prove you a liar now.
A condition of
No, you
being Muslim.
I'm gonna ask you a
This
question.
is beside
I'm gonna
the
ask you a
point. The
question.
point being-
According to what you said, your
Knowledge,
your Muslim, your prophet said that you're a
Do
liar.
not speak over me.
You're not listening, yeah.
Your prophet said you're a
do
liar.
not speak
No, you're
over
not
me.
listening. You're not trying to understand.
Your prophet said you just
Do
lied.
not,
No.
man. Yeah.
Your prophet said he just
If you're
lied.
not gonna stick to the civil
I
conversation,
am in a
do not speak over others. The
I am-
point we are making
you're the one
is
who's
that
speaking over me.
the point we're making is that God's knowledge is not forcing you. How do you reply
But
to
you
this
two are
point?
lying.
Yeah, tell me how.
That's what I'm about to show
Yeah,
you.
please. Do
You
not-
say God is not forcing you, right?
Plus, my other point is, if you think your God does not know how you're gonna die, then you're calling him ignorant. Tell me, like, is God ignorant? Is the God?
My
you
God
worship
knows.
ignorant?
My God knows when you're
Then
going to die.
what is wrong?
Allah doesn't know.
What is wrong when He writes?
My
He
God,
sends an angel that writes.
my God
that you're
Yahweh
gonna die and
knows.
go to hell.
My God Yahweh knows, but Allah doesn't know.
Yeah, show me the hadith. He knows. You're lying.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what Muhammad said. Let Muhammad decide that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna verify the source.
Not
before
what you
we talk
said.
about this.
Not what you said. I don't have any sources that are
No,
because I know you guys always play this
You use
game.
our
So
tradition.
I bring the hadith that you're not gonna wriggle away from.
Yeah.
Okay, I bring a hadith that you're not gonna wiggle away from.
I hope
This
it's not like
this
the
guy lied
Christians,
about.
because you
He's
were
lied against his
completely wrong.
prophet.
Yeah.
You two have lied against your prophet, and
No, we haven't.
I'm gonna get you two. I'm gonna get
Show
you
me
two
you
busted.
said God doesn't know because you think your God does not know that you're gonna die like Christian or not, and then if he writes, it's wrong.
I'm gonna
Show me that.
get you two busted, but let
Yeah,
Muhammad
please,
talk.
yeah.
Let your prophet get you busted.
Yeah.
And did we clear the inheritance that blessed on Jannah also, because we didn't say that. So brother, what
See,
you were
like,
saying,
again,
yeah, he wants to
skipping.
escape from the answer.
No, I'm not. We're in the same topic.
When there are a specific number of people to be going to hellfire, that can be us. Now we are Muslims, alhamdulillah, we believe in Muhammad -- So now, because someone else is going to be in hellfire, we are safe from this hellfire. This is what that means. That's why it is fika kuka, meaning that's why you're not going to be there. Someone else is going to be there.
No, you're giving me your own interpretation. You're giving me your own interpretation.
It's like it's what releases you, or something like that. This is why you are released from hellfire.
Yeah, because of a
someone is there.
Christian.
Yeah, he didn't want to believe. He chose not to believe.
No, because
He
of a
wants to be
Christian.
stubborn,
No, it's not that. It's
thinking
because
he's the only- he knows it all.
Are you-
he just explained it. He just showed you another imam that actually believe say what
doesn't know.
repeating what I was saying.
There's a core difference. You know what the core difference is? You said they go to hell because of our actions. That's not what the hadith is saying.
No, it's what
completely
it's
different.
what Allah.
They're not
No,
going to hell instead of us.
no, they're going to hell instead of you. That's
Not
what it
because
is.
of what I did, but because of what they did.
No, because of what Allah did.
They took my place in hell.
Because of what
Because-
Allah choose to do. In that moment, Allah choose
Yeah,
to
so-
set you free and put a Christian
Not
and
because
Jew
of
there
what I
Your
did.
choice.
as your ransom, as your
so
payment for your sin.
It's just your choice. You can choose. Until this, before this, you can choose.
No, please, I think we're wasting,
I
too
am-
many people are wasting their time.
I am.
Yeah, just one is more than enough.
Your place.
Yeah. One is more than enough. Because,
Yeah.
please,
Don't
I'm
worry.
waiting for the hadith.
Don't waste your time with me.
yeah.
Did you come with today?
Don't waste your time with.
Now,
Yeah,
you know the nonsense
really,
that,
if you are having logical questions, we'll definitely be interested in answering you. But it doesn't seem you are.
we don't have all day, man.
Well, don't run. I think I'll find it better with my phone. I can find it on your phone quicker.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
This you have lied against your prophet.
Come on, show me.
And
Show me. Because
don't
he
worry.
thinks God does not know how we're gonna die. He thinks God, if God's right, if God writes that I'm gonna die a Muslim or not a Muslim, then that's a big problem. He's already made the decision. No, he knows. If your God is ignorant, then it's your problem. Like you worship an ignorant God.
Okay, let's get you.
My God knows everything.
Well, let's let Muhammad bust you. Okay, let your
I'm
prophet
waiting,
get you
I'm
busted.
waiting.
Okay, I don't say anything here without. I don't lie. I'm not lying here. You two
already established that you lied.
just lied that a baby cannot go to hell, and that's false. That means that you've left Islam. Where's the English? Means that you become a kafir. You're saying that your prophet is a liar.
So haven't you heard about the hadith that talks about the children of disbelievers? Haven't you heard about the hadith that talks about
So only
Islam
children of
and the kids?
so only
around
the
it?
children of believers, disbelievers will go to hell?
No,
Huh?
no.
No.
Haven't you heard about the hadith, the vision the Prophet saw in his sleep, and he saw Abraham with like so many kids around him. He was very tall. Yeah.
You see, we don't say that this person's gonna go hell, this person's gonna go heaven. We don't make that black and white judgment. You understand?
Allah does.
It's only Allah who knows who's gonna go to heaven,
Exactly.
right?
But why are you saying that a baby can't go to hellfire?
Well, where does it say that?
Why are you saying that a baby cannot go to hellfire?
Are they grown up yet? Did they have the time to learn about religions? and
No,
learn about
don't put your own idea into it. Let's have Muhammad speak. Everybody quiet. Let's have Allah
Yeah,
talk.
find it.
Let's have Muhammad speak.
We ain't got all
Okay.
day.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay, this is it.
Finding your little lies.
Okay, this is it. Okay. Aisha, the mother of the believers, said that Allah's messenger and everything else was called to lead the funeral prayer of a child of Nasa. This child was a Muslim child from a Muslim parent. And Allah's messengers, there was happy, and Aisha said, Allah's messenger, there is a happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of the paradise, for he committed no sin, nor has he reached the age when one can commit sin. Aisha was right, but Muhammad said, Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise, because Allah created for paradise those who are fit for it, and while they were yet in their father's loins. And he created for hell those who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins. Sahih Muslim.
Okay.
Now you call.
So what does that mean?
Now you need to apologize for calling your
what does
prophet
that
a
mean?
liar.
Where does he say
You
that?
need to apologize too.
Where does he say that the baby's
Where?
Or you don't.
Where?
It says there.
What? No, it does not support what you're saying.
Let's say that a child can go, a baby can go
No,
to,
it doesn't.
a baby can go to hell. Listen,
It means that God knows before he created them that they.
that's this baby. Aisha was saying that this child is happy. Muhammad said no, it may not be so,
I don't mean any
because
disrespect,
because a child.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it is.
but do you have
You're in Arab
dyslexia?
as well.
Yeah, read it. Read it.
I don't mean any disrespect, but do you have dyslexia?
Read it.
Do you have trouble understanding things like
Yeah.
text?
It
No,
doesn't.
you if you.
No, I don't
Well,
mean
no, you
It's
don't.
okay, it's understandable.
You can.
It does not support your
You
claim.
believe that you telling me things. You who believe that Satan sleeps in your
I
nose.
don't mean it's an insult.
That's a person who's telling me whether I'm dyslexia.
No,
I'm
it's a
dyslexic.
sincere question, man. It's a sincere question.
No, it's a sincere question. You believe that Satan sleeps in your nose
We all heard the hadith.
when you go to bed.
Nobody
You have
thought
to
that-
wash your nose 3 times.
Nobody thought that the baby is going to hell.
You're gonna tell me about
that-
dyslexic?
The Arabic text is clear. It means,
doesn't.
Do you think it is anything else? Of course, he is in paradise. This is what it means in Arabic.
What?
This is what it says in Arabic. It means, what are you thinking? Of course,
I know
is
what it
you said
says
is
in
correct.
English.
You don't know Arabic, so
I know what it says in English, translated by Arabic speakers too.
I mean,
They are obviously lying.
In English,
They're obviously
in
lying
English,
against
it
their
says
prophet.
peradventure. Yeah.
Well, they
what does
are
peradventure
probably lying then.
mean? What does peradventure mean?
Preventure, it could be.
You read Arabic, right?
no,
That's what preventure is.
So what did she say? What did she say?
What does she say? Who?
Yes. What did she say?
He said that
Aisha.
said that this child is happy
Yeah.
because he has not committed any sin,
So what did he say?
which is true, which is what we Christian believe. Muhammad said no,
No, he did not confirm.
no. Muhammad said no. Muhammad said no.
If you
It could be
understand the-
that this child will go to hell because Allah has already created.
Where? Show me.
yeah, you don't.
It says
you don't know the
there.
language. How come?
Yeah, yeah,
I know the
Not
language.
even
I know the
English.
English language.
Even the English.
I know you don't even know what preventure is.
I know
I know the Arabic.
Take your dictionary and look up what preventure is.
I know the Arabic.
Look up what preventure is.
I know the Arabic
Brother,
version.
listen, this Arabic
said it could
is
be.
what we speak at home.
This is
our
exactly.
We understand it.
Translated the right way.
This is exactly what I. This is exactly
Confirmed
what.
that it was
Not just in
translated.
Arabic, in many other languages. The words, some
Man.
words can't be
Okay,
translated.
your people are lying then.
No, we're not lying.
Okay.
You're lying because
No, I'm not. I'm reading what they
it does not
translated.
support your claim.
It does. It says here that Allah would created a person in the womb while they're in their mother's
Yeah,
womb.
see?
Allah will
Even
write their
kids know.
future.
Yeah.
Allah will write what kind of a person they will be, so that a person could be doing good and all the way till they have their 1 cubit to paradise. And what Allah wrote for them when they were in the womb will kick in. And they will turn around and start doing the deeds of people of hellfire
If you
and enter into
that
it.
way, it's your choice.
There's no other way to understand
The
it.
Muslim scholars have.
There's no
already
other way. You
explained
can't pull a wool over my eyes. There's no other way to understand
The
that.
Muslim scholars have already explained it. The
Yes,
ones who
it is
know
there.
Arabic,
It is
who
there.
know other hadith,
Yes, it is
have
there.
already explained it, and
They have explained it right
I
there.
read
It
it to
is.
you. I haven't read it before.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't know this existed,
and the ransom-
and you lied the first that
No.
that a baby cannot go to hellfire.
It does. It does not.
He says
say.
there he will.
Show me.
He says there he would.
Show me.
Look,
Show me.
it says here on the bottom, because Allah has created those who will go to hell while they were still in their father's loin, while you're still a sperm. God already decreed that you're going to go to hellfire, or whether you're going to go
already
to
knows.
heaven. It is the same. It is the same one that it says that Allah, when Allah created Adam, He slapped his left shoulder and black people came out, and He slapped his right shoulder and white people came
I
out,
researched that.
and He said to them, "Go to hell, I don't care,
Show it to me again. Show it to me.
and go to heaven, and I don't care,
One
paradise."
hadith is wrong. No, but it
I can show you in your phone.
And the white-hearted.
No, you know, you're making up stuff. You're
You know,
making up
the
things.
Prophet
There's
himself-
no white-hearted.
You
It's
know
not
the Prophet
white-hearted and
himself-
black-hearted.
And like
It says
you know Bilal,
white.
right?
The offsprings as white as ants.
Bro, we're not white. I'm not white.
Offspring as
He's
white
doing
as
right.
yeah. Muhammad liked white
Himself is
people.
Middle Eastern.
Exactly.
Muhammad liked white people. White more than black.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's why
he kicked
Muhammad.
Bilal out,
No,
right?
that's why
Yeah.
Muhammad said that black dog is the devil. Because to Muhammad, anything black
Not
is
to Muhammad.
is evil.
Muhammad does not make
And-
decisions.
Yeah, Muhammad said.
Mecca, if you ever
So is black dog not the devil?
See, that is incorrect.
Is that black dog
It
not the
says
devil?
that the devil can form in different shapes, including black dogs. Not that the every
No,
black dog
no,
is the devil.
no. The Sahaba asked
this is
him.
not our
The
topic.
Sahaba asked him,
Not
"What
our
about the
topic.
green dog? What about the white dog
Not
and
our
yellow
topic.
dog?"
You still
Muhammad
have not
said,
answered.
"He said no. The black dog is the devil."
You still-
That's what Muhammad said.
Still have
Okay,
not
we're
So-
answered.
not dogs.
You still have not answered that. Like when we told you that it's not ransom, even though the translation does say ransom, and I give it to you.
okay.
But it's not ransom.
It's not ransom.
Based on the explanation we
It's
read
not
from
ransom.
the
You have
scholars,
another
no.
word for it in English language. You have another word for it in English
And
language?
release.
Release.
Yeah, I think release.
Release.
The brother said release.
Ransom. Release from
No, it's your release.
from hell. Why is he released from hell?
Because God, like that's what the Imam Nawawi said.
No, it's because the Christians are
The scholar. Do you want
because
the
the
scholar to
Christians
explain it, or do you want to
and
explain it
and the
yourself?
Jews will take his place.
Not because of what he did, because of what they did. Don't like
They are
does not make
sinners.
you any smarter.
It says that these people are Muslims or sinners,
Yeah, like sinner Muslim.
and Allah
can go to heaven
will take
and
them
can go
out
to hell.
from hellfire and say, bring two Christians and Jews and say, these will be your ransom. And he will go out of hellfire and go to paradise, and the Christians will go to hellfire.
Not because
And
he did.
then Quran chapter 2
Okay.
verse 62 say that
Based-
Christians and
according-
Jews will go to heaven.
According to
This is-
Islam, Christians who do not believe in Allah will go to hell or heaven.
Huh? According to what?
According to Muslims and Islam and Quran,
Mm-hmm.
Christians who do not believe in Allah and Prophet Muhammad
Yeah.
after he came, not before he came. Before he came, he was not there, so they do not really need to believe in him.
Do not
After
believe in-
Prophet Muhammad came, according to Islam, if you know about anything about Islam. So
And I'm here schooling you, yes.
You're not
I know.
schooling me.
I'm
You're
here showing you hadith that you never know that he existed.
everyone agrees here that
Of course you got you're speaking to the choir. It's echo chamber. Of course they would agree with you. You're part of the same religion. You're part of the same religion. That's what I meant. Of course she would believe you.
No.
Of course they all agree with you because you're
You know
from
what
the
your
same
problem is?
religion.
You know the reason why we don't like talking to you?
Well, because
We have
I
zero
bring
respect
proof.
for you, you know
Because I bring proof.
No, because not only disingenuous, because you
No,
think you know,
No,
and you don't even know that you know nothing.
I know. The fact,
Yes, you know.
I know because
I'm glad that you know that you know.
because I read your books and I know that you're lying to me.
No.
And I know,
giving you
and
the
I can read
translation
it.
in front of you, and I'm giving
And I
you
read
the
it.
scripture.
Yeah, I read
Go
it.
read it.
I read it in English.
Read it. Even in English, does not support your claim.
It does. It says so.
You said Preventure says that might be.
That might be that
you're
when
right.
the child was no. Oh my God.
That's what you said.
He said that. You mean that you tell me that Muhammad said Aisha might be right?
Yeah. So he gave
Oh my
her
God.
a piece of information that still
my
goes
God.
in a alignment.
That Aisha
with
may
the
be
rest.
right, so that he was agreeing with Aisha that
That's
Aisha
how-
may be right.
It's not,
Yeah, yeah.
it's not just about
In the
that
Arabic
baby.
scripture?
It's not just about
Let me
that
check.
baby. In general, he was saying God knows since the baby is in the womb whether his
No, he wants it to be.
But you know that but you know that according to Islam, a woman cannot explain these
the way
things.
you want. I can translate.
You know that a woman cannot
I
explain
can
these things.
understand the Bible.
You're not
the way I
allowed to
want.
explain it.
And the way I want.
So what you're practicing haram. Things you're doing is haram right now. It's true. Is it not true? You can't teach the Quran. You can't teach the
Peradventure.
Hadith.
Most teachers
Perhaps.
are women because they're more smart.
Perhaps.
What
Yes.
you said.
Perhaps.
Might be. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different.
Yeah, perhaps it may be
Why
this
did you-
way, perhaps it may be this. Because,
Not
yes.
necessarily.
What do you mean not necessarily? It's perhaps means that you could be
many
right
times-
or you could be wrong.
How many times should I explain to you that the English translation, even though it does not support your claim, is not 100% accurate?
So Muhammad didn't say
Plus,
perhaps.
it does not support your claim, even with the inaccurate
So
translation.
perhaps
This is someone's effort to translate what the Prophet said.
so perhaps
It's not
it's,
necessarily-
perhaps
do you
it's not
agree?
right.
Do you think
Perhaps it's not right.
perhaps it's not wrong as well?
No, perhaps that verse about perhaps it will be so is that word perhaps or preventure is shouldn't be preventure. It shouldn't be perhaps.
No.
What word is it?
Anything other than this,
What word is it?
that's what I'm saying. أو غير ذلك. When he said أو غير ذلك, it means after, like the first thing he said, أو غير ذلك. It means, is it anything other than this? That's I think the more accurate translation.
I don't think you're
أو
reading it right. He said Aisha said this child will not go to hellfire. That this child will go to paradise.
So he said,
And he said,
do you think?
why would he
do you
say
expect?
prevent? Why would Muhammad counter her and said it could be?
So my
It could be this way. It could be that way.
My point is, even if the translation is accurate,
Yeah.
it still does not support what you're saying.
Which is
But it's not.
Which is
accurate,
what am I
and
saying?
it supports what like that children can go to hell.
Yes, that's what the verse says. Suppose it. Yes, preventure. Yes, perhaps they may go to hellfire. Perhaps they may go to hell, paradise,
perhaps. Period.
because Allah has decreed it while they were in their father's loin.
When you say something and I say perhaps, does it mean that I say you're wrong? And
No,
you could be wrong,
no.
you must be
If you
wrong.
say perhaps, you have to qualify. Perhaps you're right, and perhaps you're right. I wouldn't say wrong.
Does that
But Muhammad
say
said
that
perhaps.
you're wrong?
Muhammad said perhaps you're right. Perhaps you could be you may be wrong.
You're adding
Those
up
are two things. Yeah, that's what it says there. Preventure.
I read
You
it.
could preventure. This could be so or this could be so because, and he qualifies what he was saying because Allah has created each one in it while they were still a sperm. Whether they will go. How can a sperm go to hellfire and another sperm will go to paradise? How is that possible if that's not decreed?
Man, I'm looking at the Arabic, the Arabic script. Do you
Yes.
speak Arabic?
It doesn't say.
What does it mean to you?
It doesn't say loin.
غير ذلك. Do you think otherwise?
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look at a bias. Have a biased eyes look at it.
Yeah, then don't come to us.
Well, your bias, your eyes is
don't come to
biased
us.
because what you're telling me is that what these people
Easy.
translated are wrong.
Easy. Don't come to us if you're not gonna take what we say. This is our defense.
I'm not gonna take your word for it.
Then don't
Of
come to me.
course,
Don't come to me.
I can take your explanation and I'm gonna chew it
No,
over.
but you're saying
And I'm gonna chew it
as long
over.
as I disagree with you, you're lying. That is no way to discuss.
No, according to Muhammad, you are. I just
according
asked
to
you,
Muhammad, I'm explaining
I just
what I'm
asked you,
saying.
can a baby go
Do
to
you speak
hellfire?
Muhammad's language?
I said,
Do you speak
I
Muhammad's
s-
language? Do you speak Muhammad's language?
I don't have to.
I do.
I don't have
I
to.
do. Maybe not in the exact.
Well, the person who
I'm
translated
telling you that the translation is inaccurate.
Michael, we don't want to talk to you.
you don't have to talk to me then.
You're gonna stand here and not talk?
You don't have to talk to me. I'm on a sidewalk. You don't have to. You can choose not to.
You can stay here, look at our signs, no problem. But you
You,
don't talk to any of us.
but you can choose to walk by. That's your business. I have a question. It's hey, if you have a sign that say "Ask a Muslim,"
Not you though. Not you.
oh,
Not you.
why? Because I'm black?
Are you going to play the victim card?
Well, because the black people are created to go to hellfire, and then white people are created to go to hell. So, well, everybody except me. Everybody. Oh, he said everybody except me. No, I'm just kidding. Just forget it.
I don't make decisions for God. If God says that this is what's going to happen,
I'm just kidding. Just forget it. It's,
because he has nothing to do with the current day Christians. He did not ask the Christians.
this guy doesn't want to talk to me because I get him busted every time. I correct him all the time.
But the Bible says, do not worship me.
Bro, we're on the sidewalk. This is yeah.
We're not gonna speak to you. You can stand here.
Well, you can ask are you a Muslim?
I am a Muslim. Yes.
Ask a Muslim.
You're different.
Okay.
You're different.
I'm different.
Special.
Yeah, I'm very special because I prove you wrong all the time.
You have never proved us wrong, not even a single time.
Yeah, of course.
Not even a single
Every time I say something, I have something to back it up. I don't speak out in the volume. I have hadith to back up what I'm saying. I have the Quran to back up what I'm saying.
You have misinterpreted
If I have-
hadith. You
Yeah.
have your own understanding of certain hadith. You put words in the mouth of the Prophet, and then you say that's evidence. That's
And
not
it's you
evidence.
that, and it's you're not the one doing that.
No, I'm not the one.
Are you the one that said that a baby cannot go to hellfire?
I can explain it to you quickly. So you've seen multiple
Well,
translations.
this is actually not why I'm here.
multiple translations.
This is actually not why I'm here.
Do not change the subject.
I'm not changing the
Multiple
subject. This is not even
You said
really why
that
I'm
our
here.
Quran says that Jesus is God. Do you want me to prove you wrong and debunk you one last time because you keep saying
your Quran said it's not, and then here it says it is. Quran is schizophrenic.
Yeah,
that's what I told you that last. I told you that last week. I told you that last week. The Quran said here that Christians will go to paradise.
Be respectful.
And then here it says that they will go to hell.
You're not respectful. I'm not.
How?
Be respectful. Don't talk about the Quran in a disrespectful way.
Is the Bible?
It's not a joke.
Is Bible true?
It's not a
joke. Is the Bible true?
Yeah, I know.
Is the Bible true? Is the Bible corrupted?
It is corrupted like hell.
Then don't talk about my Bible that way. Then
you said it's
I can play the same game.
Okay.
He's the one who's getting sensitive.
Yeah. Because when you say anything about my book, I did not mention the Bible today.
Well, you don't believe that the Bible is corrupted?
It's okay, but
He's just changing the topic because he knows he's going to be corrupted, debunked.
Well, I'm not.
Let's go back.
Similarities in belief.
What do you say? We've had a conversation with you.
No.
Listen to me. You don't listen to me. You said that you all say Bible is corrupt.
Do you mind if I say something?
This is what you all. That's
You talked about like Muslim.
Well, he's getting angry when I say something about the Quran, but he says that my Bible is corrupt.
yeah, that's wrong. Actually.
You insulted the
That's an insult when you say that book is corrupt.
I said
You don't think that's an insult?
Change, and you can prove me wrong.
You don't think that's an insult to say our book is corrupt?
Yeah, buddy. You should go by words.
I have evidence. Anyways.
Now it's over.
So
Yeah.
back to our
It's a
point.
double
Why are you
standard.
running away from that
It's
point?
double standard.
They have taken their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah, Son of Mary, as lords besides God, even though they were commanded to worship.
No, that's not a right translation. That's not.
why we don't talk to you.
That's not a right
Yeah,
translation.
the clear Quran.
What is this?
I mean, this is not
It says this is the clear Quran. That's not even a right Quran.
Back to Eric. Sorry, do not.
Which which translator, which version of Quran do you like
I'm not
most?
gonna translate it to you.
Which version of Quran do you like that you consider authentic?
In English?
Yes.
In English, I don't read the English translation.
Which English translation do you
Arabic
consider?
translation.
Which English
the Arabic
translation?
version.
Is Sahih Muslim okay for you?
Yeah.
So
Is Sahih Muslim?
Don't change
I mean,
the
is
topic.
Sahih
Don't change the
International
topic.
okay for you?
Don't change the topic.
Is Sahih International version okay for you?
I haven't read it.
Huh?
Really,
You haven't read Sahih International?
I am an Arab. Why do I need to read the English
Christian
translation?
Prince, you know, he's the authentic of the way he interprets the Quran. He's a smart guy.
اتخذوا أحبارهم. So let me
You
show
should
you.
go and you should argue. You should go and call
Quickly.
Christian Prince and argue with Christian Prince and tell him all of these. He can do that with me because he knows I don't read Arabic.
I'm doing
I don't
it
read
on camera.
Arabic.
You can show it to anyone. I'm doing it on camera.
Yeah.
So there's a record.
And there's someone and an ex-Muslim can get it and bust you and get you busted.
Exactly. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I'm showing you on camera. So every word I say is recorded, right? So here it says اتخذوا أحبارهم. They took their rabbis. One last piece of information. اتخذوا أحبارهم. أحباره. You see, we call it a fatha.
May you think you're talking to flies over my head. You're talking
a Christian who knows Arabic.
Yes, I'm going to show you the
من دون
Christian.
الله من دون الله والمسيح. So it means that Messiah is with the ruhban, with the monks, not with Allah. Because it's different. It's
Gonna get a good laugh. Most ex-Muslims are gonna get a good laugh at this.
Exactly. Show it
from
to
you.
ex-Muslims and prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm 100% like this is basic Arabic. Is it what called حرف عطف? حرف عطف. And ruhbanahum. So it says it took the rabbis, the monks, as deities, not Allah.
Except Allah and Jesus.
Yeah, in Arabic we do this.
Except in place of Allah and Jesus. That's what it says in the real Arabic. And Jesus, yes.
In Arabic, when
in
you
place
say
of Allah, in a place of Allah and Jesus. That's what it says in Arabic.
So it says, من دون الله والمسيح. Yeah.
Read it. Yeah. But.
Not but. It's
read it.
Arabic.
Read it exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna replay this.
I'm doing it on
Read
camera.
it again. Read it again.
I'm doing it on camera.
Read it again.
say something for 10 seconds.
Read it again. It's okay. It's okay. After he shows that, you can.
I believe that there can be things lost in translation and text, but if we just look to Jesus or Muhammad or whoever it is as a teacher and a prophet,
No. I don't look to
teach
Jesus and Muhammad. They're both two
Where do you
different.
look, my friend?
I look to Jesus. They're both two different.
So yourself.
So then why don't we find the similarities?
No,
in
there's no.
Jesus'
You're preaching Eastern philosophy. That's not
I'm
Christian.
finding harmony.
No,
And Jesus was
it
all
doesn't
about
work that
finding
way.
harmony
It doesn't
and
work that way.
coherence and belief.
It doesn't work. No, that's not Jesus.
Jesus is not harmony. Jesus
That's
is not
not-
love. Unconditional
Jesus
love.
is love, but it's
Jesus is-
not harmony with falsehood.
Does this feel
Okay.
like love, my brother?
Brother, you know what he's doing? Actually, he's like criticizing.
Are you in harmony with falsehood?
No,
I'm in harmony with
when we
the law,
explain
with
it to him,
myself,
he
No.
with
does not
God,
accept
with
it.
Jesus.
Are you in harmony with falsehood?
No.
Okay. Then you're not. Why are you telling me to do that?
Because I'm just simply
like,
saying that I
you
think
came
we
here
can
like
find
15 minutes.
similarities.
Okay,
Still
continue.
trying to explain one piece.
Continue.
Yeah, again,
I
on
wish you
camera.
blessings.
Man, you can't even believe. I can't even believe falsehood, but you want me to believe falsehood and believe. I love Muslims, so that's why I want them to
Then
see
let's
the
focus
light.
on that.
That's why I want them to see the light.
As opposed to the
Which
difference in
translation?
words and our belief engine.
That's not what you.
Which one of
Yeah,
the
I don't know where you getting your ideas
You know
from.
you have multiple. We already went through this. No, we haven't.
I am very much in harmony.
That's Egyptian
and there's
Egyptian
coherence
anchor.
in the teachings.
That's an Egyptian hacker. You're doing some
The
kind of.
ankh and the cross are the similar aspects.
No, they're not. They're not. Bro. That's a sign of Egyptian. Well, I mean, I don't know what you're practicing, but you're not practicing Christianity.
I'm practicing harmony. I'm practicing
Go for
finding
it. Go for
peace.
it. Go for the harmony. It's a fake harmony, though. It's not true. It's not true. It's something you do to create fake peace and harmony, but it really doesn't work. It may seem good in your eyes, but
How
when
would
it
you
comes to the truth,
So how would you differentiate between real peace and fake peace?
well, because the real peace does not rejoice with evil, with falsehood.
So where do you see evil?
It actually harmonizes with the good.
I agree.
Yes,
So
but you're not
where do you
harmonizing.
see evil?
But what you're doing is you see two faith that are completely different from each other. stark different like night and day, and you're trying to march them together. It's not gonna happen, bro.
I believe there's human
It's not gonna happen,
influence in
bro.
both, and that if we can see past the human...
Which human influence in both? Do you even know Islam?
Absolutely. I've read the Quran, I've read the Bible.
Do you even know Islam?
Yes.
Okay.
And
what
not,
is
not
what
deeply,
is
but I understand
okay.
the general belief.
Does it say in Islam that you can beat your wife?
Does it say that you can...
In the Quran?
I'll be honest, there's a couple teachings about women I don't totally agree with.
Okay. Is that acceptable by you?
There is
it a harmony with the humanity? Can we harmonize that with humanity?
there's teachings about women that I strongly disagree with.
But can we? That's not a question. But can we harmonize that? Can you harmonize that with yourself?
What I think we can do is look past the human fingerprints of the divine and find what
which
the
one is the
teachers are
human?
saying.
Which one
Not
is
what the
human
humans are saying,
fingerprint?
The teachers. We should focus on the words of Muhammad, of Jesus, of Yeshua, of these people.
On which word of Muhammad do you want me to focus?
Which word?
Which one? Is it okay to kill Christians?
No. It's not okay
Well,
to kill.
you should harmonize with that, bro.
It's not okay to kill.
You should harmonize, bro, because that's what Surah 9
The
verse
book
20.
also teaches not to kill.
That's what's,
The book also
if they are
teaches-
Muslims. If they are Muslims.
No, the book teaches. It is
Where?
also a book
Show
of
me.
peace.
Show me.
I don't know it that deeply. I can't.
Well, you don't know it. You don't know it. You're trying to make harmony, but you're not really understanding
No, I
what
have
you're
a
actually
copy-
making harmony
I have
with.
a copy at home, and the other thing that I understand too is that reading it in English is only part of the experience.
Oh man,
You have to
Ganesh playing this game. This is translated. This book is this is translated in.
Because different languages don't work like that. Some
bro,
English is a very
this
limited
is
language and how it communicates.
bro. This
still find synonyms for the words that are.
bro. This is translated in Saudi Arabia. This Quran is translated in Saudi Arabia into English by Arabic speakers, and you tell me that they made mistakes.
I'm not saying that mistakes were made. I'm saying that it's impossible to translate.
You don't, my
from
friend.
one medium
I
to another.
think you're trying to mean
I
well.
walk past.
You're trying to mean well. You mean well, but you're not understanding the basics of what you're trying to harmonize. You're not
I do
even
understand
the basics
well,
of
no,
what
the
you're trying to
basics are
harmonize.
where I'm trying to bring this conversation back. And when I walk past and I hear two people arguing Jesus versus Muhammad in the streets, that's basic.
Did Jesus die on the cross?
Misunderstanding
Did Jesus die on the
of their
cross?
teachings.
Did Jesus die on the cross?
Unconditional love for each other.
Did Jesus die on the cross?
Yes. For our sins.
But Muhammad said he didn't.
Where does it say that? The translation I read.
Man,
the translation I read.
You don't know what I know, man.
Jesus'
You don't.
presence.
If you know what I know, you would not. You would just.
The translation I read. You can't gaslight me here. The translation I read acknowledges his presence.
Acknowledges that he died on the cross.
I can't say how he was liberated from this plane, but it acknowledges his presence and his teachings.
No, you know what they believe? They believe a God made it look like Jesus died on the cross to purposely deceive. Did you know that?
Where did you read that? No, you. Where did you read that?
Showed me in the Hadith. Where is it? The Hadith or
No,
the
it says the Quran.
The Quran.
Yeah, is the tafsir that explain that how that happened. It's a tafsir.
So in this version you have in your hand,
It says that
Jesus was not
he said that they say they killed him, but they did kill him not. Neither did they crucify him. But it was made to appear to them.
See that.
Okay.
Because I have in my translation, I did not see that. But if you
Which
say that
translation are you reading?
Okay, so now
You know that they have a lot of fake translation to fool English speakers.
but how am I?
There's a lot of
trying to find harmony and love in my.
Well, that's the problem. When you get in, then they tell you and you get to know the truth, and by that time it's too late. You can't get out.
I think that we live in a time where we can.
So you didn't read the part. You read the part about beating women lightly, or did you read strike them, or did they say beat them lightly?
Like I said, there's a lot in the book about interaction with
You know
people I don't agree with.
you know that Islam is not just based on the Quran. Islam is based on the Hadith as well.
The Hadith.
Yeah, you know about. You don't even know the Hadith. You've never heard about.
You know
Hadith.
they say that the
I am a
Quran-
student of all, but I don't claim to know everything.
That's what I'm saying. You're trying to harmonize things, but you're not understanding what you're harmonizing.
because
To be able to harmonize something, two religion, you have to be able to understand them very well to be able to harmonize.
But here's the thing: if you were to do, so these Muslims here, are accepting, right? Because right now they're in a
Yeah, they're
Western,
great people.
yeah, so they're in a
Are they
Western
great people?
society, right? And they have this thing called taqiyya. You can look it up. They're supposed to, it's in their hadiths and their Quran, if they're a minority, this is actually taught in their religion. If they're a minority, they're supposed to form their religion in a more accepting, mellowed down way until they have the numbers.
In the West,
In the West, that's what I'm saying.
a place where they have low numbers.
numbers.
Yes.
When they achieve certain power in high numbers, then they pull back the curtains to show you the true Islam. But by then it's too late. If you were to go into Saudi Arabia or Iran, just think about it like this. Why is it that the Muslims here in the Western countries are so accepting, but then the Muslims in Afghanistan, if you mention Jesus or try to convert someone to Jesus, they'll kill you on the spot.
Okay, and I think that's a great point. I think that, and historically too, I think we would agree that when we merge church and state, that's usually a big problem.
No, but
that's
I'm not even talking
no.
about
Hear me out.
state.
Hear me out. No, because you're saying that like there's that.
I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about if you
We're
go
talking about religion.
like for example,
Yeah.
Afghanistan,
Yeah.
right? Keep
They're not, it's not, that's not politics, that's religion.
But that's what I'm saying is that it's very much merged there. And so what I'm saying is that if we look historically, when church and state has been merged, it hasn't been good for anyone.
Islam cannot
Muslim,
exist
anyone.
without the
But that's our
state
point.
merging
That's our point.
with the religion.
That's true.
So right
they
now,
believe in a caliphate.
no. Right now, there's a human perversion of Islam playing out in real
Oh
time.
my goodness.
Is that also not
But hold on.
This guy,
Yes,
this fellow, you have no idea what you're doing.
Where it originated, where the true Islam believers
But there's
are.
people that have power and exercise religion as a tool to seek control, and that's been true with Christianity.
That's
been
what
true with
Muhammad.
Islam.
That's exactly.
More blood
That's
has been
exactly
shed
what.
in the name of Christianity.
That's exactly
than any
what-
other
So
religion
what
in
is it?
history.
What's the
But can
first
we find that in our
commandment?
book?
What's the first commandment
No,
in
I
the
can find that in
Bible?
my history.
No,
I
what
can
is-
find
can
that
we
in the
find that in our
bloodshed.
book?
But bro,
No, but I can find that
But
in my
Islam, I
history.
can find that in the
Yeah,
book.
that's the
There's a lot of
difference.
history
That's the
books, bro.
difference.
No,
That's
there's a
the
lot of
difference.
history books,
No,
bro.
That's the
first-
difference.
And there's so much blood spilled in Jesus'
No,
name.
but what's the first
Let's not
commandment?
focus
But
on
it's
that.
not
What's the
found in
first
the Bible.
commandment in the Bible?
No, that's found
They
in our
cannot.
history.
No,
Our shared
shall not
history.
murder.
the history is different from the
Bro,
book.
I can
If
go call myself anything and
Yeah,
do whatever I want.
exactly.
And then be like, oh, I'm a Christian, but I'm doing this. Don't judge Christians based off what
Judge
they
it
do.
by the book.
Judge them by the Bible, bro.
What I'm saying is I go by the person in front of me, the
No,
human that I'm talking
no.
All
to.
I'm
Go by
doing,
the
I'm
Bible.
talking to them. I'm not focusing on their personality.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
focusing on
the
their
Quran,
book.
the Bible.
So you're ignoring the person.
So you
and
have
going
to
the
understand.
ideology.
Yes.
I have to go to the
who's
ideology.
brainwashed?
The ideology is the
No.
person, makes up the person,
They reflect the mind and the body. I agree.
makes to
That's what they
reflect the
follow.
I
person.
agree.
Yes. So you have to go to the ideology first, and you have to break it down for the person to see what they are actually doing. Then that sets them free from where they are. That's how you don't go by. I never go by. I love these guys. I don't hate any one of them. No bone in my body hate any one of these guys. My aim for them is to come to the light. But I don't. I hate lies, and this book is full of it. I hate violence,
and I agree.
and this is what shapes people. The person is shaped by what they absorb in their psyche. Okay? And if you tell me here that it says that you should not be friends with Christians or Jews.
May I read it myself? O you who believe, take not the Jews or the Christians as friends, protectors, helpers. They are allies of each other. And if any amongst you takes them, then surely he is one of them. Verily Allah guides not those people who are polytheists and wrongdoers.
So now how can I find harmony with that verse?
Well, okay, but I see a I see. Yeah.
Just take it for what it is. Yeah. Take the verse for
How can I harmonize that? How can you harmonize?
Well,
Help me harmonize
here's
that.
where it harmonizes. It says, "Do not take refuge with polytheists or anything of that sort." It's still a
Christians
monotheistic-
and Jews.
It's the same God.
Christians and Jews.
It's the same God.
So then how is it that you can't take them for friends if it is the same God?
That might be the human fingerprints of someone.
Man, stop making excuses.
Edit it to fit
Stop
a
making
paradigm.
excuses,
Try
man.
telling that. You know, hold
Stop
on.
making excuses.
Try telling that to them. What you
Yeah.
just said. That is blasphemy. What
Yeah.
you said, 'cause
Can
they
you go
believe
and
the
tell
Quran-
them that this is
They believe
human?
the Quran is the
That
word
this
of
is
God
human.
verbatim. They
Can you
believe
go
it's
tell
the
them
word
that
of God
this is
verbatim.
human? That this is human
They
print.
believe this is the word of God verbatim.
Everything here, word for word, is the word of their God.
100%.
And that's true.
Can you take that and go and tell? Can you tell them that this
Don't
is
you
this
say
is
that?
human
I know
being?
That's true too. And now that I forgot that about the belief engine,
And-
because I study many.
Yeah.
Because I find it curious.
So
to see
then-
He has
how
good
some-
intent. He has an open heart.
I know,
right?
I know. The
But
fact is that
He's
he
playing
doesn't
both sides
understand.
because
Yes,
he wants to know, right? The truth.
I want to learn.
He's
But
not
I'm a student of
understanding.
all, and when I see people debating over the same people, to me that just seems
It's not the same
silly.
people. That's you think it's the same people.
No, the reason people
We're the same human being, but we infected. One is infected. We're not both infected. One is infected with ideology that kills. One is infected. One is it has the ideology that gives life, that wants to give life. The other has an ideology of death. I'm not told. My book never in any way tells me to kill Muslims. It will never. Not a find in the Bible. The Bible never said to people, Christians, to go commit crime, go subjugate Africans, and don't do this and that. You will not find that in the book. So when someone do that and say that they are Christians, we can say to them, you are a liar, because our book doesn't say what you just did. I can do that with a Christian, but I cannot do that with ISIS.
Because that's what they believe. Do you know the caliphate? Have you heard of the caliphate? Caliphate?
I can't say that.
It's total domination. So once they achieve their numbers and they achieve enough power, like you said,
It's happening in UK right now.
Oh yeah, their goal is to get it. Their main goal. That's what they want. They want to merge politics with religion because they want complete domination.
Well, but historically, that's
No,
not been a good idea.
no,
That's their goal. That's what they want.
but Islam is politics and both religion.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Like, you can't separate them.
That's the goal.
That's the problem people play. Coming from a Western mind.
Yeah, you have to understand.
You have to use Arabic mind. Politics and religion are the same in the Arabic peninsula. There's no separation of it. That's a Western ideology. So don't try to judge them with your Western mind.
I understand what you're saying.
You have to put
and you're
yourself
clearly
in their
very
shoes.
Intelligent in this space.
You have to
You
be in their
clearly
shoes.
invested a lot of time in understanding different
really
things.
Well, that's why I'm saying that you're trying to do good, but you don't understand the both.
But I still think I do understand the fundamental layer of both teachings is love to one another.
No,
as long as it's not love.
One is love, one is hate.
One is
One
follow
says
our
love
religion.
your enemies, the other say
How
kill
did I
your
read such a
hate and
vastly
kill your
different
enemy.
book than you did?
Huh?
You read love?
You just read there. You never read this before, that you should not be friends with Christians.
And there's multiple
Where is love
There's
there?
May I read
a
that
lot
one
of
more time?
verses.
Huh?
Like that.
May I read that one more time?
There's multiple verses like that.
Yeah,
too.
multiple verses, not just one. I have a bunch of them written down.
There's another verse that says to force tax upon
Force them.
unbelievers.
Chapter 9.
To tax them. It's all about money. It's all.
If
it's
they
all-
convert,
Yeah.
if they convert to Islam, leave them.
and if they don't, force them to pay a jizya, which is a
Yeah,
tax.
yeah. Surah 5. This is what we just read. Okay, so you tell me how I can harmonize with that. Let me show you this one. 424 says you can commit adultery if you capture a woman as a slave at a war. You can rape her. That's 424.
They hide these things. They don't want you to know
434
about
say
this.
you can beat your wife. It says here, see, they put it in the bracket lightly, because the bracket, the lightly
not
doesn't
part of-
exist.
that's not part of the
in the
crime.
original. So they put it in brackets so that they don't get killed.
May I just read the context?
Bro, these guys are so sneaky, man.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
way
yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
the way they even try
That's-
to debate
that's
you,
why-
bro,
that's why.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and also they try to feel that they are
Empowered.
offended at you. You see what he did here? He's saying that, because I say that Quran is schizophrenic. He said, you didn't know that the Quran said. I say, yes, Quran say good thing here and then here. It contradicts. It just contradicts it. He's like, don't make about my food. I say, but don't you believe that you said our Bible is corrupt?
Yeah.
Isn't that offensive to me? Like,
I know.
double
they say-
standard.
They always say offensive things to religions, to
So-
Christians.
No, actually, in Arab they say worse. Christians
Oh, yeah.
and Jews are najas. Najas are unclean. That's why you can't come to Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
they won't allow you, because you're unclean.
They'll skin you alive.
That's unclean.
That's
you
another
are.
thing. You can't even go into their house.
They can come to the West because we're Christian. We allow them in because we're not here to destroy them. We're here to convert them to become good people.
Not by domination.
Not by domination. Here it is again. And then
sorry, let me just.
It's very plainly there. It's very plain. You should not be friends with them.
Okay. Do you mind if I take that and ask this gentleman to unpack
No,
it?
you can twist you around. 551. Just ask them to lend you a Quran and ask them 551.
But you know what they're going to say? They're going to dispute the translation.
Yes.
They're going to say in Arabic it says something else. I'll tell you right now what they're going to say.
Well, but that could very well be true.
It's not true though.
No, but
no, it's a lie though. That's a lie. They're allowed to do taqiyya. Ask them what taqiyya is. Go up to them and be like, "What is taqiyya?"
Look at that.
I know.
Look at this. This
lie.
is translated in Saudi Arabia. This Quran is translated in Saudi Arabia.
To sugarcoat their religion so they gain numbers.
You think to tell me that Pakistanis speak more Arabic than Saudi Arabians? You know, because here in Saudi Arabia they can.
I'm not saying that it's an issue with translating it like in that sense, but sometimes concepts in language get lost and are only available in their native language. That's not just true of Arabic. That's true of a lot of different languages.
So can you tell me? So can you tell me when it comes to beating your wife, there's no word in English that is about beating that connects?
And it was translated in an improper way because there's like varying degrees of things. They have words
strike in English language and strike in Arabic. There's no word in Arabic that means strike.
I don't know.
You can't find word in Arabic.
What I'm saying is
I know you're trying to duct tape.
I think I'm wasting my time. No, actually, I'm not. I'm having a good conversation.
But here's the
and
problem.
I've learned a lot, to be
Can I
honest.
tell you one more thing? So if there's a problem fundamentally with this Quran or with the English translations, that means no people that can only read English are saved or can be saved because they can have no access to a proper Quran. So there has to be a proper, true translated Quran out there.
See the complete opposite. The same chapter, verse 82. Complete opposite.
Yeah, that's sort of what I remember.
This is the one they read for you.
That's the one I remember.
Okay, well, but it's the same chapter.
Interesting.
It's the same chapter.
Ask about Taqiyya. That's an allowable.
Same
they're allowed
chapter.
to lie lightly in their religion to sugarcoat certain
30
things
verses
until they
later.
get the power, the
30
power.
verses later it tells
what
you
happens,
something
you'll see,
different.
this is happening in the United Kingdom right now. Once they get the numbers and political power, it's going to switch into a caliphate, which is the true religion, what's happening in Saudi Arabia, Iran, and the true Middle Eastern countries. Bro, mark my words, you think our freedoms are limited now or something, Christians, whatever? Bro, if these guys get into power, you'll see true oppression. So here's another thing. Ask them about this. If you're homosexual in Islam, what happens to you? If you're a homosexual in Iran or in Saudi Arabia or these Middle Eastern countries, do you know what happens to you? That's a sin that's punishable by death. They execute you. You know what Christians do with homosexuals?
We don't
historically executed them.
Those are Christians though.
No,
again,
historically, when in history that we executed? Give me history. I like history. I'm a good history study person. Can you give me an idea?
To refer to talking about how much blood has been spilled in the name of the Bible.
No, we're talking about homosexuality.
In that vein too.
Where did Christians kill?
It's said in the Bible to not partake in that.
Yeah, but doesn't mean kill them.
It denies them the kingdom of God.
But that's what I'm saying. So I was going to finish.
That's worse than killing.
So is pedophile denied kingdom of? You want them in the kingdom of God?
That's worse than killing them. Death is but a mere setback. Being denied the kingdom. Death is nothing. Being denied entrance to the kingdom of God.
You want to be in the kingdom of God with a pedophile? Would you like that?
But what I'm saying is that in Christianity, it's looked at the same level. Pedophilia or homosexuality. It's
a perversion. It's a perversion.
And to be cast out and to be not allowed to the kingdom of God.
If they don't change, they don't want to change. That's a different case.
So they see that the same way.
It's all in the same boat.
So don't you see that it's interesting that the two religions view it similarly?
It's not the same way.
But listen, bro, I just told you, if you are an open homosexual in a Middle Eastern country and you practice it openly and go around and this and that, it's punishable by
Forget about homosexual. What about leaving your religion?
Oh,
What
yeah.
about leaving
Oh, yeah.
Islam?
Yeah.
What's wrong
that's
with that?
punishable by death. And then, not just like he mentioned too, if you want to leave Islam again, that's punishable by death. Juxtaposed to Christianity, we disagree with certain things, but at the same time, we're still commanded to love the person, just not love the sin. So I have no problem spending time with the homosexual or spending time with anybody else and trying to like have a conversation and teach them. Whereas if an openly homosexual person were to come here and try and talk to them, they wouldn't even, maybe these guys might to put on a show, but the true Islam, ask them.
Well, there's a spectrum of belief in every religion. There's people who believe crazy things in Christianity. There's people who believe crazy things
I know, but you're
in a
going
lot
off
of belief
forward, but
engines.
my main point is,
Well,
my main point is the
that
murder. No,
okay.
what I'm trying to say, I know that, I got that, but I'm trying to say is murder is justified in their religion. And ask them, can a homosexual go into a mosque? Because a homosexual...
Laura said there's only one.
Actually, you'll know better than me. Truthfully, my knowledge of the Bible isn't that deep, but going back to things like slavery, that's very much in the Bible, is it not?
Well, slavery is not in the Bible. Actually, the Bible said if you capture someone and sold them into slave, you should be stoned to death. That's what the Old Testament said.
I think it has actually.
I think what you're talking about is the slavery when someone hired themselves out. When someone have no food, nothing, and hire themselves out. Today you go and you get a job, your employer pay you and you take care of yourself. They don't care. And in those times, you hire yourself out, your employer give you a place to eat, space and feed you and all of that, and all you do is work for them, and you live in their house and they don't pay you. They pay you by giving you place to eat, food to eat, and place to live.
So that's kind of the definition, is it not?
What?
Is that not pretty close to the definition? And
Slave.
I remember you
What's the
saying that.
difference with the slavery now and the slavery back then?
Well, what I'm saying is that I think you said that the Bible never mentioned those things, or it said that it never condoned those
No,
things.
stealing someone and selling them as a slave, just like what the white people did.
Yeah.
Steal people from Africa and sell them and bring them to. That's a crime in the Bible.
Okay, good. Because my understanding was that it talked about that there was much like the same, and that was one of the things I didn't agree with, is that, that they said that there was a proper way to do that. And it's like, well, no, there's no proper way to beat your wife. There's no proper way to
to
hold
them,
someone
they capture you in a war. They can rape your wife while you're still alive. It doesn't matter, because that's Surah 4:24 said, "What your right hand possess," which is those captive you capture in war. That's yours to do with whatever you want, and they can be your slave. And that's not, color doesn't. It doesn't matter what color. It could be white or black. It could be many Europeans were sold into slavery by Muslims.
You're also saying that the Bible condones murder, but it doesn't. Does it?
Bible says you shall not murder.
Yeah, it's
well,
the number
so
one.
does the Quran, but it also. And then it says,
then
there
it
are extenuating
contradicts.
circumstances.
Well, there's something executing people. It's not murder. Murder, you lie in wait and you hide someone that did.
Scenario?
Huh?
What about a self-defense scenario?
What?
What about a self-defense scenario?
Yeah, you can defend yourself.
In Christianity or Islam?
In Christianity.
You can defend yourself. You can choose not to.
Yeah.
So you can just choose to.
You can choose to defend yourself. I mean, you don't. God gives you a brain. Even your. What happened when I try to strike you? Doesn't your hand go up?
Of course, yeah. It's instinct.
I mean, your God gives you those reflexes for a reason. I'm not gonna let you smack me in the head when I have hands.
But then if that happens and there's a terrible situation,
an accident,
am I denied entrance to the kingdom of God?
That falls under the grace of Christ. Accidents are accidents.
Accident is different from
deliberation.
Deliberately doing things. Bible say thou shalt not murder. Now doesn't mean thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill and thou shalt not murder are not the same.
Interesting.
Thou shalt not murder is what the Bible said.
Interesting.
There are nuances, right? It's very nuanced.
It's just about understanding what you are, the Hebrew that you are reading. Because God said to stone people. If killing is wrong, then that's wrong too. If it's thou shalt not kill in the King James translated it, wrong. It's thou shalt not murder.
Also, in Christianity, we're not allowed to exact revenge or punishment
Yes.
or judgment on anyone.
Yeah.
Right? Like in terms of like murdering them or sending them to jail. Islam, complete opposite. They get into politics. They have their own courts. They have their own judgment system. It's all about making you pay now, and they take that control and power into their own hands.
And if someone steals, you cut off their hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's violent.
It's still again, you cut off the other hand. But that's what we believe in solving the heart issue, because the stealing is not in the hands, it's in the heart, in the heart and the mind of man.
And the Bible does say that if one steals for food or for clothing or something like that, it is forgiven. Because there's times when
No, even they should work for it and replace it. So when you think about slavery, also in the Bible, those days you have no prison. They don't put people in criminals in prison and feed them. They actually put you into slavery. You work for that person you stole from. So if you stole one chicken, you replace it with 5 chickens, and and if you don't have 5 chickens to replace, you have to then work for that guy you stole from until you work enough money to replace 5 chickens, and then you're free. They don't have prisons. There's no prison back then. In our Western, if we try that in our Western world, maybe we'll stop some prison, and we'll stop many crimes today, because you'll be working for the guy you stole from for a long time. That's many of the things that people we see as slavery. Yeah, I mean, you're slaving for what you did, and that's where our Western government got the idea of putting prisoners to work, to get prisoners to put them to work, not just having them feeding them.
And truthfully, that's the paradigm I see we exist in now. I think we're all still in that paradigm. And so that's why I think that, seeing differences in beliefs and that sort of thing, if it has a way of causing personal growth, excellent. But the real issues are the systems that keep us in the state that we are.
Well, the system is God's system, then it doesn't keep people in slavery. But if it's man's system, then that's where you find where slavery is.
I think we're all slaves still.
Yeah, you are a slave. You're a slave to.
We are, and I think that
you're a slave. You're a slave. It all depends on who you're a slave to, who your master is.
The new God, the new dogma, money.
Well, your money is your slave. Is your if you're a sinner, you're a slave of sin, because that's what Jesus said. You're enslaved to sin.
Well, but I think that instead of channeling our energy finding differences between people that have already found God, I think that perhaps more efficient use of energy
who found
could
God?
be directing those to
But
the light.
who found God? Which God are you talking about?
About Hinduism or about Sikhism, I could somehow maybe agree with you a little bit, because they're actually not allowed to murder, right?
Even vegetarian to a state.
But this religion here condones murder. You don't understand that. If you just take some time and really research it, it's a very insidious, sinister religion. Once they gain power in numbers, dude, it's game over.
I think that absolutely.
So I mean, he mentioned. Yeah, he mentioned that. He's mentioned we shouldn't be wasting our time with people who found God.
Yeah, they found
God.
Right? That's what I'm trying to tell him. No.
He thinks that they are worshiping the same God as we do.
No way. Why? A God that
That's what he thinks. That's why I say you have to understand the basics of what we are dealing with. We're trying to bring them to the true God. Okay? We don't worship the same God. They know it, we know it. We don't worship the same God. I don't worship the same God. I don't worship a God who said you can beat your wife. It's not a God that I worship. My God doesn't say that. Our God is completely opposite. Our God said,
I don't think so.
Yes,
I even think the word Yeshua is based on Yahweh, which is based on Allah, and I think that they're all very.
This guy, this fellow. I think you've been duped to believe things that are not true.
There's a word in Arabic that sounds like Allah, but it's Allah. It's a completely different meaning, and they try and twist that and say it's God.
There is no word. There's no word in the Bible that is Allah.
Word. It's a different word.
Allah is the name of another God.
Allah is a concept. It's like bigger than. It's like
no, it's not. Allah is a name.
That's the name of.
It's not a concept.
Yes.
Allah is the name of a God.
That's their literal name of God, Allah.
The name is made up of two Arabic words, Al and La. Al, the name Al is an Arabic word for, old Arabic word for God. El in Hebrew is God. Al, God in Arabic. Allah, God La. That's not Yahweh. That's why I'm saying you need to learn. You have to know what you are actually trying to harmonize. You have to learn
so
what
maybe
it is.
I don't have
Know
the
what it
depth
is.
that I thought I did, but I still
You
do
don't.
understand the basics.
You don't.
And I just think that yelling at each other in the street is not.
No,
the
we're
answer.
not. We're just
And
it's
you know,
just passion.
interesting.
It's not yelling.
And
It's
what did you-
passion and yelling are because we're angry are two different things.
Okay, maybe I
They're
misread the
passionate.
situation.
They're passionate people. We're talking about religion. It gets passionate. It gets heated up. I don't hate them. Maybe I know in their
Maybe I
book.
misread the
I know their
situation.
book tells them to hate me, but I don't hate them.
Maybe I misread the situation. All I know is that when I came, it was loud and there was yelling, and now I've found harmony.
But
So
no,
maybe I have done my
but
part.
know
It
that
was really nice to meet you, man.
but know that we don't worship
Nice to
the
meet you,
same
man.
God.
Have a great night.
Okay.